Hi, I'm Todd Wente, and this is the Daily 180, 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration, intended to help us take action and improve our lives. This is episode 249 of the Daily 180, and today we're going to continue our conversation about tempering. Again, I'm here in my office. Hopefully this is a pleasant experience, pleasant place. I know it has been for me over the years. And it feels like a good place where I can share a little bit of information, a little bit of insight on this idea of tempering, especially as it revolves around the social facet. You know, I am a social being. All of us are social beings to a greater or lesser extent. But when you talk to people that know me, they will probably say things like, oh, Todd's always a people person. He's always fun to be around. He enjoys being around other people. We can always count on it being a fun time if Todd is there. It would sound like I'm the natural extrovert. Well, the reality might be a little bit more surprising to many of you that I actually am much more of an introvert, that I value my alone time. And this is where the idea of tempering in the social facet becomes so critical for us. It's important that we have relationships. It's important that we foster those relationships and that we do things that strengthen those social relationships that we have. In many cases, those social relationships are one of the few things that we're going to carry from year to year, from decade to decade, from job to job, from place to place, and that support us during the times that we need true emotional support. And we need somebody by our side to help us get through difficult things. But that doesn't mean that we need to spend every moment of every day with other people. In fact, spending time alone can be one of the most valuable exercises that we have in evaluating the social relationships that we have. Tempering, remember, is the idea of taking some action that may seem a little bit counterintuitive, but actually makes us more resilient in the facet that we're dealing with. And I have found that my time alone is the most valuable thing that I have when evaluating my social relationships. Oftentimes, it gives me an opportunity to think back on the influences and the impacts that other people have had upon me, sometimes positive and sometimes not so positive. And sometimes, even though not so positive, tremendously valuable. It can help me see the relationship that I have with someone in a slightly different light and make me more open to some of the information that they have, or encourage me to consider whether or not I might be better served by chasing a different direction. The same can be true for evaluating our own impacts and our own social activities. Do we think very much about the intended influence that we're having on other people or upon other relationships? Sometimes when we're in the midst of the relationship, it can be hard to identify, but it can be very important. I'm reminded of a time when I thoughtlessly destroyed a relationship with a very, very dear friend of mine because I challenged her on the usage of a single word. My intention was not to hurt her or to hurt the relationship. My intention was to be funny and to demonstrate my wit and my intelligence. What I did was hurt another human being. And I made it harder for me to have a good relationship with those around. I share this with you in the hope that maybe you can think to yourself, maybe a little bit of time away from my social relationships can help me make them stronger as well. That's the thought. If you find it useful, great, use it. If not, no worries. I understand. This has been the Daily 180. If you like what we're doing here, please give us a thumbs up, give us a share, maybe give us a subscribe and follow us on the rest of the journey. In the meantime, my name is Todd Wente. This has been the Daily 180. Go forth and conquer. We'll see you next time.